Hi. Hello, hello, hello. Hi. Okay, so first talk. So I am going to be talking about building a high gravity community. I'm really sorry I don't know French. I really tried in the 1 month of of setting up this meetup. I had Duolingo and I was doing it and I just don't remember any of it. So I'm really sorry. So you'll have to listen to me speak in English and I'll try to speak slowly just because I know when I get super excited. And this is such an exciting topic. Um, so I speak really quickly. Okay, awesome. So, if you haven't met me yet or seen me somewhere floating around our community, my name is Pauline. I head up our community at Gitpod. This is my social, my on Twitter. I'm very active on there. So, if you have any questions on what you've learned or anything I talk about today, feel free to get in touch with me there. I also put my email there if you want to just connect after this. Um, so, what is community? Let's start from basics. So, the definition of community, every time I give this talk or share what my job is, this is the definition I always go back to. So, community is a group of people who have similar interests or want to achieve something together. And I'm sure all of you are part of some kind of community. I mean, you're already in the Gitpod community as users, I'm sure. As I was saying to two people earlier, as soon as you start playing with Gitpod, you are already part of our community. But yeah, think I'd like you all to think of the communities you're already part of right now. So not just the Gitpod community, but it might be an open source project that you're a part of, or a product that you really like, and they build a community around that. And I want you to ask yourself, why are you a part of it? Why do you keep returning? And maybe during our little break later, you can talk to me, tell me why you keep coming back to it, because I love learning about that kind of thing. So just a quick history on me. I'm very passionate about communities. So I was in my previous life, I was an SRE in a big company in the UK. It's actually British Telecom, if anyone knows them. And I was an SRE for a couple of years there, and then I moved into community work. And one thing that was in common with all of my engineering roles was that community was always at the center of it. And I found that when I have either built a community or been part of it, I always found that there was a big impact in my career, my personal life, and also in the community itself in terms of giving back. And that's why I'm super passionate about this topic. And when it got to um, building out our Gitpod community and being part of this huge opportunity, I jumped on it because it's definitely where my interests kind of lie. So that is a quick overview of what community is and a bit about my history on why I'm so passionate about communities. So let's talk about the Gitpod community. And this is our amazing graphic. I always have to shout it out. It's our community heroes, and I love the 3D design. It's really fun and quirky. So the Gitpod community that you're all a part of. So I just wanted to take you through the community evolution at Gitpod. So I joined Gitpod in July 2021, which honestly feels like years and years ago already. But the community was kind of just spread out. There wasn't like a central place where where our users, our super fans got together to talk. And so my job in July was to organize those workflows and bring people together, because at that moment everyone was just kind of talking into the void and I wanted to bring everyone together. So that's what we did in July. In October, once we started bringing people together, which by the way ended up being our Discord community. So if you do want to join that, if you haven't already, it's gitpod.io/chat. And in that community, once we set that up, I started building out initiatives and programs. And one of the most amazing programs I'm so proud of to this day is the Community Heroes program. Woo! Because we have three of our speakers here, and JP, who's our lead organizer, who came from the Heroes program, and here they are bringing the community together. That's why it's super exciting. Um, so we launched that in October. In July, just a year later, we hit 5,000 Discord members, and that is a huge deal because we had zero when I started. Then we had 5K. So that was like incredible. Clearly, bringing people together in one space really worked. And then now, our biggest initiative this year is bringing our first in-person, in real life community meetup, which I hope to bring more of in the future, hopefully this year. So that's a quick overview of what community has looked like. Obviously, I skip out a lot of, there's a lot of gaps there. So in those gaps are our community growing, contributing, and they contribute in loads of different ways, not just like uh, whoa, not just contributing to the code, but also writing blog posts, doing talks, being part of podcasts, and just connecting with each other, which is a huge, huge deal. Um, and yeah, so I wanted to talk specifically about our community heroes. So this map is actually kind of it's outdated. It used to be in our about page, but now I should probably have a version for the community heroes. But this is just to demonstrate how distributed our community heroes are. So the community heroes program, the whole point of it is to recognize developers that go above and beyond to contribute to Gitpod. And together with our community heroes, we want to push our mission of empowering developers to make software engineering more collaborative and joyful. And we have over 30 heroes across the world. And the most prominent one is here, actually, in France. So that's why when I was deciding to create our meetup, I was like, Paris, France, it has to be here. Um, and yeah, just to give you a good overview, I'm sure you've all heard of like ambassador programs before, but our community heroes program have all of these benefits. So opportunities to grow, to connect with people, build your network, recognition. You also get credits on your account, extra resources, exclusive swag, which you can see some of us wear. You actually, okay, fun fact, this is an exclusive hoodie. Only Gitpodders, people who work at Gitpod, have this, and the heroes. And you know when there's a hero like out in the wild because they have this hoodie. So and it's a big deal. And also beta access to different features and things like that. And yeah, these are just a number of perks that you have as a hero. However, like obviously, like as I'll talk to in a minute, we definitely want to level up the program a little bit more. So looking on ahead, I wanted to talk about the two things at Gitpod that we want to focus on this year when it comes to community. So the first one, connection, which is great because this is why you're all here. I want to we really want to bring more opportunities to connect in person and online. And we're doing that right here. This is our first one. And hopefully we can have many, many more, because at the end of the day, communities are all about connecting with people. And I know like this is our community is built around a product, but it's just super cool. I have seen this at different events like KubeCon, where we had a booth where like, hey, we are Gitpod, and I have seen a community member come up, recognize us, and then another one come, and then they would talk to each other, and it's just magic. That's where the magic happens. And then the second thing we want to focus on is empowerment. So empowering our current and future heroes to contribute. So what works for specific heroes? So for example, JP is, as you can tell, he knows so much about organizing meetups. So I wanted to give him that platform using like what we can offer at Gitpod, so that he can do more of this. But there's other heroes who want more help with like bringing awareness on social media, or contributing to our code base and things like that. There's just so many opportunities. And that's the whole point of the community, just to empower our developers to do exactly that. Hopefully I got you all very excited. And so how can you get involved? So one of the things, like I said, is connection. And one of the things that you can get involved in right now is hosting a Gitpod meetup. Let's Gitpodify the world, right? And if you are interested in doing that, you don't have to be a hero. You can just be a community member. You can you can do another one here in Paris, anywhere else. We have a Notion page which documents every single step on how we can help you at Gitpod. So yeah, that's one. Um, and also, you can just be part of our community. So it's not all about meetups and things like that. You could also just be part of our Discord server, where you can. The whole point of our Discord server is to actually help developers get up to speed with Gitpod as soon as possible by helping them with their specific workflow. But there's also other opportunities as well. And the whole point of our community is to learn, connect, and build. So come and join us. And lastly, wow, that went by very quickly. These are just some of the resources on how you can get started with Gitpod. But after just scanning the room, talking to you all, I feel like you have a good grasp of that. But the one I want to stress, you know which one, right? It's community. That's what I've been talking about for 20 minutes. So yes, so definitely get involved. And yes, thank you so much for listening to me. Again, I've just left my contact details on here. And if you learned something about community and want to share some more of your thoughts, please tweet me and also use the hashtag GitPodParis. Thank you so much. Amazing. On to our next talk.